be going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. It is 8 a.m. like normal. It is currently 39 degrees outside, and we have a high of 67 today. So it should be light jacket weather. I think it's going to... oh, excuse me. It's going to get a little windy in the afternoon, though, so be prepared for a little bit of wind blowing in this way. However, 67 degrees isn't too bad, almost 70, so that'll be really nice for us here. So light jacket weather today again, folks. Now, traffic conditions going into Tulsa are fantastic right now. There's no traffic, there's no congestion, so your commute is going to be smooth and steady. And so enjoy that while you can. It was pretty slow this morning on my drive in, but even then it was still flowing pretty good. So no real issues again driving into Tulsa if you're commuting in there today. So with that being said, the local events that came up, I know Chad was live streaming the Bounce Owasso thing over there. It's a daycare / bounce facility kind of thing.
That's correct. It's a bounce facility that rents out for birthday parties, events like that. But they said that if they don't have anything booked on Friday or the weekends, that they open it up to the community, and like I said, they can babysit kids, do stuff like that.
So there you go. And allegedly they have a live baby kangaroo that they'll have brought in. So there's something for you to do. So that's pretty neat. So Chad was over there and live streaming that. So if you're interested in a pseudo daycare / bounce facility, go have fun over there. So with that being said, what are the upcoming events, Chad? I know there's a couple more events on the chamber calendar this
I
week.
am pulling them up right now on the chamber's website. Good Lord, I'm getting a lot of lag in my computer. Hang on. Okay. On the chamber today, it is business over breakfast, let's see what time that starts today. I've got that starting at 8 a.m. So it just started just now, and that's to 9, and that's at the Redbud Event Center, and that's at 405 West 2nd Avenue.
There you go. So if you guys, if you still have time to drive over there and be a part of breakfast for the chamber, go over there and check it out.
That's the new event center that just opened up. I'm pretty sure it's Ethan Shields from high school, and he's a major in the Marine Corps right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Him and his dad revamped it and opened it back up.
Very nice. Ethan Shields. Okay, very cool. So go check that out, folks. And then what else? There was one more. I think it was breakfast and donuts or something like that. Or
it's popcorn and perks.
Popcorn and perks. Excuse me.
So that's at the chamber office, which again is at 315 South Cedar Street in Owasso.
And what time was that?
And that's at 4 to 5 p.m. today.
Excellent.
So that's what happens today, and then on tomorrow I have the ambassadors meeting, and then on the 16th is dignitary and donuts, which that's elected Owasso officials. Mm-hmm. That's where you get to meet and greet with the elected Owasso officials.
Dignitary and donuts. So that's Saturday?
No, that is the 16th. That is Friday.
Friday. So that's Friday. This Friday. So go do dignitary and donuts.
Come on, nobody does anything on the weekends here.
That's true. Unless it's a sporting event, nobody does much on the weekends. So yeah, if you want to go bump shoulders with the city elected officials, go to the donuts and dignitaries. So that'll be pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
You might need to go over there and film that. That might be what time does that start?
On the dignitaries and donuts, let me see here. I've got that starting at 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Friday.
And that is 10 a.m.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, 10 a.m. You're right. You're right.
Say, that's a heck of a donuts and dignitary
I
thing.
am not fully awake yet, so that was my bad. So dignitaries and donuts at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and that is at Owasso City Hall.
Yeah. In more national news, Republicans were able to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary, Mayorkas, and I'm not really sure what's going to come of this. I mean, if it was the mainstream media, I Googled it, there was no major reporting about it at all. So, if this was a Republican getting impeached, this would be mainstream news, but it's a Democrat being impeached, so you can barely find it. So, and all the articles that are written about it from CNN that really aren't getting pushed to the top are like Republicans do a historic move to impeach Mayorkas. First time in 150 years, a Homeland Security Secretary was impeached. But it, basically the language is, and they wrote it with, was very unflattering. Like going, what a useless, silly thing for them to do. Like, and to some degree, there is a degree of truth to it. Like, what is going to come of this? Probably nothing. Because, I mean, even when the media reports on it going, oh, Trump did this, Trump did that, when Trump was impeached, like, what came of it?
Nothing.
What happened? Like, what was he penalized? Like, same thing when Bill Clinton's like, yeah, I lied about having sexual relations with that woman. It's like, nothing happened. Like, he was still doing his job as president. It was just like, now, he's slightly less credible? Like, I don't understand what the purpose of it is. I mean, I guess the only thing I can say is at least Republicans were able to accomplish it, so kudos to that. But, I want people removed from positions of authority when things like this happen. I think that's what a lot of people think whenever the media reports, whenever Trump happened. It's like, oh, he's getting impeached. I remember all my friends on the left were so excited, going, it's over for him. He's going to get impeached. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what an impeachment is. It's not like they're kicking him out of office.
No. It can lead to that, but it's highly unlikely. I said nothing has really ever come of any of these impeachment process. It's just like slap on the wrist and you're back to doing your job.
Yeah. So that's really about the only thing nationally that happened that's gotten any real traction. And again, like I said, despite the fact historic precedence was set, the media is really not talking about this. But, that's because Mayorkas is on their team. So the mainstream media, like I said, that's the thing. Like, if you don't think the media is biased, this story should be living proof. If this was a Republican Homeland Security secretary, they would be all over this. So this would be like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? Selling secrets to foreign countries? And, there'd be tons of speculation pieces. But as of right now, it's shame on Republicans for wasting everyone's time. Now, like I said, again, there is a slight degree of truth to that. But the problem is when it's their team batting against somebody going to it for impeachment, it's the end of the world. This person's the devil. We must defeat them. And when it comes to their side, it's just like, it's puff pieces and, stupid Republicans do this. So obviously my bias is showing in this, but you have to understand, like, the media is so biased that if you don't think it's biased and you think it's good news and it's a good news source, you're wrong. You're living in a fantasy world. So that's why, I get the majority of my news from sources like, I know the Daily Wire is really skewed right, but they're kind of mainstream conservative right. That's why I like to get my news from like folks like Tim Pool from the Timcast, because they're a little bit more biased, and they're not specifically right wing. So I like to get a lot of news from folks that I don't just 100% agree with, because I want to get a more balanced perspective on.
They're predominantly left at the Timcast, besides like maybe like two members.
And like I said, they're accused of being right, but again, anybody in the media, if you're being accused of being a right winger on the media, that just means you're right of Stalin and Lenin. That's it. If you're on the right, if you're to the right of Stalin, Lenin, or any Marxist or communist, if you don't think that's the truth, then again, you're living in a bubble, or you're just a layman. You're a standard consumer of the news. So that's just my perspective on it. Like I said, all you folks can definitely agree with me or disagree with me, and we love to hear your perspectives in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and like I said, if there's anything going on in the Owasso area that we're not reporting on, or you think we should be reporting on, let us know. We'd be more than happy to go out and live stream an event, or figure out what's going on in the world of news here in Owasso.
Yeah, always looking to do interviews as well. So if there's anybody that wants to do an interview, talk about their business, or talk about, if they're a veteran and want to talk about their service, or
interesting
life
story. We're of the perspective that everyone has a story to tell, and most people will have stories that they may never hear, and we just want to share those stories with folks. What would you do type of stuff. So that's what we're here for. That's what Owasso Live is all about. So again, reach back out to us and let us know your conflicting opinions with ours, or if we're right, if you just think we're 100% right. you're on our team. But I hope everyone has a wonderful day. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this was the Morning Loop. We are signing off. I hope you have a blessed day, everybody.